warm welcome. You've joined us on Commodity Central right here on ET Now. I'm Ashesha Dwaryu, and on the show today, we're going to put the spotlight on India's monsoon progress so far this year. And clearly, the latest data as per the Indian Meteorological Department suggests that the shortfall as on yesterday, that is 26th August, stands at about 13% of long period average. The eastern and northeastern region have seen the highest deficit at about 27% as compared to long period average. So yes, several developments taking place within this space, and to discuss this in greater detail, we are now joined by Mr. G.P. Sharma, who is a President Meteorology and Climate Change at Skymet, who is now joining us. Mr. Sharma, thank you for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. We'll talk about monsoon progress of India in just a bit, but before that, the hot topic today, of course, is everything that is happening in Nepal. Although several reports suggest that it was mostly because of a glacier collapse. If you can share your thoughts and your understanding on what really happened over there and the extent of devastation we are likely to see as a result of these flash floods that have happened.
Yeah, thank you, Shisha. It's a big tragedy in Nepal. Okay, basically the initiating point was the border region that was between China and some Tibet region, and further it rolled down right to Nepal and then adjoining parts. Okay, yes, it is largely glacial region only, though it's very difficult at this point also to pinpoint as to how and what exactly happened. But then those are the highly elevated areas. We know the Tibetan is one of the highest plateau in the world as such. uh, Huge heights over that area, and therefore the complexity of the weather as such is large. Amount of glacial lakes which we have at the glaciers, that number is also very large. Difficult to track all that as to what is happening, and that is what this particular incident, we call it as a GLOF, that is a Glacial Lake Outburst Floods. It is not the first time that that has happened. If you remember, in 2021 in Uttarakhand also, we had this Rishiganga, and then in 2023 we had one of these in Sikkim also over our region. And basically, what happens in this is because of the freezing temperatures, we have the glacial lakes are there. Okay, totally frozen bodies, a large amount of snow having ice in those glacial bodies. And when you see glacial bodies, they melt on account of various reasons. Either the temperature should increase and then it melts, or it's some fresh rains are there. Rains always they're warmer than the what the temperature ice hold. Then it again it melts. Or earth should shake means some earthquake, some earth tremors. Tremors should be there. Then those bodies they get shaken up, and that is how they break. So these are the reason under which the calamities they start from that area. And in this case, as we come to know, that there is a glacial lake which was disturbed, and large amount of that water which the lakes they hold that came down the rivers from one to the next to the next. You see, all that area is a mountainous area. Unlike where the rivers they finally they go and meet or get merged in the sea, there's nothing like that. And there is a large network of those rivers are there from one to the next, as we know in this case also, a river starting from Tibet and then coming down to Nepal. Two of them, they're joining together. The water flow increases, the rate of water flow downstream, that also picks up. So all that has combined to to have the complex phenomena of GLOF, which otherwise, we say that there is a large amount of water which got released from this glacial lake. And since we know that terrain is totally very complex in the mountainous region, through that, it comes in the form of the flash floods, you can say it comes in the form of some.
Right, so that's as far as Nepal's tragedy is
But
concerned. But let's also talk about back home India. Now, the deficit so far for the region stands at about 13% of long period average. Basis how it has progressed over the last few days, would you like to revise your guidance for the full year?
you see, 3 months almost are getting over for the monsoon, left with the generally September now. We know large fluctuations during these 3 months. Month of June was very, very disappointing, a large deficit, over 35%. July was surely, that was a severe, normal monsoon month, a little above 1% now, above the normal, and more so when July and August, they are the core monsoon months, rainiest monsoon months. They are very, very important. And July, since it behaved for most parts of the country, that is all. The hue and cry is not large, even as of date also, though the things have changed in the month of August. August started itself with a deficiency of about 12%, and it retains the same. It has been varying between 11, 12, 13, 11, 12, 13, and as of date, like you said, it's about 13%. Month of August by itself is down by 14% shortfall. Okay, so August has not been good as far as the various sectors are concerned, particularly for the farming community is concerned. The rainfall distribution has not been equitable. In the second half of August, particularly, the rains have been confined mostly to the east and northeastern parts, partially to the central parts, coming up to, say, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. But then there are the large pockets which are dried up now. I will say parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat, even entire Maharashtra region, Marathwada, Vidarbha region, entire southern part there has a water stress. Entire Andhra Pradesh region, most of Karnataka also, even the rainiest state, Kerala is having deficiency of almost about 24%. So overall, we say the monsoon is at the moment 13% shortfall is there. Southern parts and the western parts, they are the most and the worst affected in the month of August. Yeah.
Okay, so several parts of India that have been most impacted, and yes, till now the monsoon deficit stands at about 13%. But Mr. Sharma, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now.
Thank you.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. More news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned.